Hello and welcome everyone. Myself Mijanur Rahaman, and today my topic of discussion is regulation of body temperature. In the previous video we have already discussed about the heat loss, and now in this video we are going to discuss about the regulation of body temperature. So body temperature is regulated by hypothalamus, which sets the normal range of body temperature. The set point under the normal physiological condition is 37 degrees Celsius. So the internal body temperature, which is normal body temperature, is 37 degrees Celsius, and the body acts at its best possible condition is 37 degrees Celsius. Below this 37 degree is also problem, and above the 37 is also problem. So body always try to maintain a constant body temperature by the process of homeostasis. So now we are going to know how the body is going to maintain that 37 degree Celsius temperature in the body. Now hypothalamus has generally two centers which regulate the body temperature. One is heat loss center and one is heat gain center. So what is heat loss center and what is heat gain center, we are going to discuss in the next part. So first of all, heat loss center. What is heat loss center? Heat loss center is situated in the preoptic nucleus of the anterior hypothalamus, and the neurons in preoptic nucleus are heat sensitive nerve cells which are called thermoreceptors. And stimulation of preoptic nucleus results in cutaneous vasodilation and sweating. Removal or lesion of this nucleus increases the body temperature. So what is heat loss center? Heat loss center generally helps to cut down the body temperature or to remove or to decrease the body temperature. So in the anterior hypothalamus there is a nucleus present. What is the nucleus? Preoptic nucleus, and the neurons present in the preoptic nucleus are heat sensitive nerve cells, and these are also known as thermoreceptors. And when these cells are get stimulated, then the cutaneous vasodilation occur and sweating occur, and all of us know that sweating generally cools down the body temperature. So by the mechanism of sweating and vasodilation, cutaneous vasodilation, generally heat is decreased, and the removal or lesion of this nucleus increases the body temperature. If some patient or some case we get that in the anterior hypothalamus, if we remove the nucleus and the preoptic nucleus, then generally the body heat control or especially the body cooling mechanism is not working properly. Then what happens? This will further increase the body temperature. Now heat gain center. Heat gain is otherwise known as the heat production center. It is situated in the posterior hypothalamic nucleus, and the stimulation of posterior hypothalamic nucleus causes shivering, and the removal or lesion of this nucleus leads to fall in body temperature. Now all of us know that we already we have feel that if we get wet in the rain or in the very cold condition, we start shivering. By the mechanism of shivering, body produces heat, and when the body produces heat, generally the body temperature is maintained. Thou to maintain that constant environment inside the body to act its best possible condition. So this is present in posterior hypothalamic nucleus, and this help in increase the body temperature. If you remove or lesion this nucleus, then this will leads to fall in body temperature. Now, what are the mechanisms of temperature regulation? When body temperature increases, blood temperature also increases. When blood with increased body temperature passes through hypothalamus, it stimulates the thermoreceptors present in the heat loss center in preoptic nucleus, and now the heat loss center brings the temperature back to normal by two mechanisms. One is promotion of heat loss and prevention of heat production. So this will work on two way. One is promotion of heat loss. It will start losing heat and also prevent that no heat further produces. How the promotion of heat losses occurs? When the body temperature increases, heat loss center promotes heat loss from the body by two ways: by increasing the secretion of sweat. When sweat secretion increases, more water is lost from the skin along with heat, and by inhibiting the sympathetic centers in posterior hypothalamus. This causes cutaneous vasodilation. Now the blood flow through skin increases, causing excess sweating. It increases the heat loss through sweat, leading to decrease in body temperature. So one is vasodilation in the cutaneous part, and one is secretion of sweat. Now, prevention of heat production. Heat loss center prevents that heat production in the body by inhibiting mechanism involved in heat production, such as shivering and chemical or metabolic reaction. So, it will cut down the metabolic reaction and shivering process. And now, when the body temperature is decreased, when the body temperature decreases, it is brought back to normal by two mechanisms: prevention of heat loss and promotion of heat production. So, what is prevention of heat loss? When body temperature decreases, sympathetic centers in the posterior hypothalamus causes cutaneous vasoconstriction, and this leads to decrease in blood flow and skin, and the heat loss is prevented. In case of increased heat, what happens? The vasodilation occurs. When the heat is decreased, when it is hot happen, that it is vasoconstriction. Now, promotion of heat production. Heat production is promoted by two ways. One is shivering and one is increased metabolic reaction. When the body temperature is low, the heat gain center stimulates the primary motor center for shivering. Situated in posterior hypothalamus near the wall of the third ventricle, and shivering occurs. So, by which mechanism shivering occurs? When the body temperature is low, the heat gain center stimulates the primary motor center for shivering, and which is situated in the posterior hypothalamus near the wall of third ventricle, and shivering occurs. During shivering, the enormous heat is produced because of the severe muscle activities. Now, increased metabolic reaction. Sympathetic centers, which are activated by heat gain centers, stimulate secretion of adrenaline and noradrenaline. These hormones, particularly adrenaline, increase the heat production by accelerating the cellular metabolic activities. Simultaneously, hypothalamus secretes thyrotropin releasing hormone. It causes release of thyroid stimulating hormone from the pituitary, and it in turn increases also the release of thyroxine from the thyroid. And thyroxine accelerates the metabolic activities in the body, and this increases the heat production. And chemical thermogenesis, it is the process in which heat is produced by the body by metabolic activities induced by hormones. So, what is chemical thermogenesis? It is the process in which heat is produced in the body by metabolic activities induced by hormones. Now, we will come to the flowchart. When the normal body temperature is present, first of all, normal body temperature 37 degrees is maintained. Now, there are one condition happens, that is decrease in body temperature. When the body temperature is decreased, this will stimulate the heat gain center present in posterior pituitary. This will further act upon, this will increase the sympathetic activity and shivering. In case of increased sympathetic activity, it will increase adrenaline secretion from metabolic rate and cutaneous vasoconstriction and decreased sweating. When the cutaneous vasoconstriction is happening, this will decrease the heat loss, and the shivering and the increased adrenal secretion and metabolic rate will increase the heat production, which will further stimulate the body to get its normal body temperature back again. Now, we will see the case of increase in body temperature. When the body temperature increase, it will stimulate the heat loss center present in anterior hypothalamus, which will further act upon inhibition of sympathetic activity, and no shivering will occur. And in case of inhibition of sympathetic activity, it will decrease the adrenal secretion and metabolic rate and cutaneous vasodilation and increase sweating. And the increased sweating and vasodilation will lose the heat, and the no shivering and decreased adrenal secretion will decrease in heat production, which will further help the body to get back its normal body temperature. So, by this mechanism, normal body temperature is maintained, or thermoregulation is maintained. So, this is for now. In the next video, we will discuss about the fever or applied physiology part. So, thank you for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel for supporting me and my channel. And thank you so much. And if you have any query or any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section. I will try to reply them all. And if you want any video in any topic, you can comment down in the comment section. I will try to give that video. Thank you so much for watching.